So the discourse around the WNBA right now is that Caitlin Clark is stat padding. She's stat padding to get her triple doubles, and she's going to be stat padding triple doubles for a little while. And that's as dumb as saying Angel Reese is stat padding for her double doubles. The only time you could even argue that is when Fee Collier fouled her intentionally to get her a double double. That happened once. Angel Reese is not stat padding. Caitlin Clark is not stat padding. Before we get on to things, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 19.5k subs as soon as possible. If we somehow hit it by the time you're watching this video, we're going for 20. But anyway, so I saw tweets talking about a WNBA space that were basically going at Caitlin Clark for stat padding and like bringing up clips of Caitlin Clark getting easy rebounds and being like, well, they're just letting her get rebounds. Her teammates are letting her get a triple double. But I thought it was like one of those WNBA spaces that, like the last one, where they were talking about, they didn't mention Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year and said because of Reese's pregame fit she should get it. But thankfully, the WNBA space this time wasn't just delusional people who suffer from Caitlin Clark derangement syndrome. There was an actual, like, even though they were pro Reese, it's fine to be pro Reese. Just obviously talk about the sport of basketball and not just pre-game fits. But there's one thing is I saw this post here, Caitlin grabbing rebounds and pushed the ball in transition is stat padding. And obviously there was a space where no one, defined it. And there's one thing that I will always say is like Angel's grabbing her own misses isn't stat padding, it's even harder to get your own miss. Angel has the ability to jump. It's like, no one mentioned Angel Reese here. But I actually do think if you're going to argue that what Angel Reese is doing is stat padding, and this is just dumb, it says it's only stat padding making this about race, when in reality, there's no similarity to what Jokic does and these two players. And the only player that's ever been, like, LeBron's been called stat padding for his scoring, not for triple doubles. Russell Westbrook, the reason why it was called stat padding is, I actually agree with this, is that how Russell Westbrook got his triple doubles is very similar to how Caitlin Clark is. The difference is that we have had how many years of watching Russell Westbrook, and the narrative has now changed. The narrative has now changed for Russell Westbrook. But to that, like, it was a tactical thing that Steven Adams boxed out so that Russell Westbrook could get the ball and push the floor. So that it didn't have to be someone else getting the rebound and hand it to Westbrook. You get to Westbrook and he could run it. He could be the one making decisions. And that's a very similar way to how Caitlin Clark's going to get her triple doubles. How many assists she gets in transition. How many rebounds she's going to get. By the defense running back. Because just like in OKC, teams were scared of the transition. In the NBA, teams in general don't really offensive rebound that much. But that's pretty much what it was. Like, that was how Russell Westbrook got his triple doubles, and that's how Caitlin Clark is probably going to start getting her triple doubles. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. That is not stat padding. It wasn't stat padding for us. I always just said, like, my argument for it was always that I didn't realize, never that I call stat padding, but I don't think a triple double matters that much in the grand scheme of things for winning. And people are like, oh, he won a certain amount of percentages. Like, no, he won a load of games because he does everything on the floor. Not to do with him, like, getting an arbitrary number of 10 rebounds and 10 assists. Like, if someone gets 31, 9, and 9, or to get 27, 10, and 10, like, it's the same difference to me. One's a triple-double, one's not. But with Caitlin Clark, it's a similar way. And I will say it, like, if you want to argue where there shouldn't be a double standard for this, is that people said Russell Westbrook was stat padding back in the day, so Caitlin Clark is stat padding now. If that's the way you want to just look at things, then okay, yeah, she's stat padding. But at the same time, I think we learned all these years later that no, what Russell Westbrook was doing wasn't stat padding. What Russell Westbrook was doing was in fact very important for his team winning. And he just did everything. And I think Russell Westbrook's become more appreciated now than he was in his time. The problem is that he averaged a triple-double 3 out of 4 years, and his team never won a play. His team didn't. I think his team won a playoff series the year he didn't average a triple-double. I think it was like 3 out of 4, or was it 5 or 3 out of 5 years, and like his teams were better in the years when he wasn't averaging triple-doubles. But like, he'd go into the playoffs after averaging a triple-double and be still pretty damn good. But like, They lost to the Utah. They lost to the Donovan Mitchell Jazz one year, where at times he was being outplayed by Ricky Rubio. He was outplayed by a rookie. In 2017, they lost to Harden. In 2019, they lost to Dame in a series where everyone thought it was a formality they were going to win with Paul George. In 2020, he played center at times for the Houston Rockets. In 2021, he was brilliant again. He was absolutely brilliant for Washington, but that was Washington Wizards. Look, you're not going to win a playoff series with the Washington Wizards. So, yeah, if you want to talk about like Westbrook as a stat patter, then cool, Caitlin Clark is. But also, at the same time, if you're calling Caitlin Clark stat padding, so is Angel Reese. If you're calling Caitlin Clark a stat patter, Angel Reese a stat patter. But at the same time, if you want to clap back at people calling Angel Reese a stat patter, she's stat padding rebounds. If there's some idiot that's saying that, you can clap back with, well, Caitlin Clark's a stat patter. If there's a Caitlin Clark fan who's just being dumb about it, saying Angel Reese is stat patter, or you can clap back if someone's complaining about Caitlin Clark stat padding with Angel Reese stat padding. When in reality, neither of them are. Neither of them are. But I'm a big proponent of fight negativity with more negativity. Like, you won't ever hear me on a whim absolutely, like, slander a player for no reason. But you will, if somebody says something negative about a player I like, oh, I'm going back at a player they like with equally as negative things. Just like the LeBron Jordan debate between two people, if people are looking for the negatives, can literally become a case of two people just trying to slander two of the greatest players of all time. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. It is any sort of, the WNBA space last night actually wasn't that bad by the looks of things. But there is no more toxic place than Twitter spaces. That's just people shouting at each other. The worst app was, I think it was called Clubhouse. When it was Clubhouse, it was even worse. But man, Twitter spaces are the most toxic things you will ever see. Nothing good ever comes from Twitter spaces. Can we just go back to all those years ago when people used to just do like karaoke? What was it, like Spill Your Guts or something? And we had like Declan Rice, as much as he's a snake, singing Rice, Rice Baby. Can we just go back to that era of Twitter spaces? And not the let's just slander everybody Twitter spaces. Because nothing productive ever comes from them. So anyway, that is the video. It is currently like 3 a.m. right now. I am absolutely exhausted. This is video, I think I have recorded 16 videos today. So I am going to bed. I will see you guys. I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded. It might be uploaded in the morning. It might be uploaded 2 p.m. tomorrow, and you guys could be waking up to this. It's 3 a.m. recording this, and I am exhausted. Just letting you guys know, Caitlin Clark, not a stat patter. Angel Reese, not a stat patter. Russell Westbrook, look, in hindsight, no one that knows anything about basketball is not going to argue he was a stat patter. It was more beneficial for him to get the rebound than someone else to get it and pass it to him. See yous.